Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. We have been covering the high-profile case of State of Idaho versus Stacey James Wondra, Wondra, and the pleadings and the briefings for this criminal case are located within the website that's been provided on this case, Idaho Cases of Judicial Interest website. Very same location as the Koberger briefings and filings are located if you're interested in reading up on this case. There's been a development that's occurred following a case status conference that was held on the 11th of December 2025, and the minutes are now up for your review. And they indicate that there was a proceeding before Judge Brian D. Lee, before whom this case is currently proceeding, and that the preliminary hearing that had been previously scheduled to occur to see if the state had enough to bind Mr. Wondra over for trial has been adjourned. It says here that due to the large amount of discovery, defense counsel is requesting a set-over for the early part of March. All parties agree that the first week of March will work. Mr. Duke feels that 2 days would be sufficient. Ms. Smith agrees with the state's assessment that their questioning will last for 2 days, and defense will take an additional 2, and they will also need to factor in whether they would want to put on their own evidence to challenge probable cause. The court has now ordered that the hearings that were previously set for December 15th, 2025 and December 16th, 2025 regarding the preliminary hearing have now been vacated, and the preliminary hearing and status conference have been rescheduled to the following dates. There will be a status conference on March 2nd, 2026 at 11 a.m. And then the preliminary hearing will then occur commencing March 3rd, 2026 through March 6th, 2026 at 9 a.m. And then the minutes indicate that nothing further was addressed at the time and the court was in recess. So therefore, just a couple of comments. A set-over, as is stated here, is basically a request to adjourn for a rescheduling of something that had been set to occur, which was Mr. Wondra's preliminary hearing to see if there was probable cause based on the affidavit of probable cause, which is how the state obtained the arrest warrant. Was there enough to bind Mr. Wondra over for trial? So it appears that, of course, the state will need to go first, put on their case in chief, and the defense here has stated that they may also put on a defense, although they're not required. A party is not required to do anything in defense of a criminal action. So therefore, we see that the preliminary hearings has been reset to March, and we've also noted that there were some press requests to attend the December 11th hearing that the court granted. So there is a possibility that this preliminary hearing, when it occurs in March, may also be broadcast, whether it's going to be on the court's own channel or through the media. There are a number of documents that have been published that are available for you to review, including the affidavit of probable cause, which addresses some very sad facts in this case. This case involves a young child who was taken, and this happened in 2021. The affidavit of probable cause will outline for you what law enforcement did in the years thereafter up to 2025 when the affidavit of probable cause was issued. Mr. Wandra was thereafter arrested, and now matters are proceeding towards this preliminary hearing in March. We will continue to provide you with further updates as they arise in State versus Wandra. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.